parts, and yeah. And also another question is, what are the local issues that you are going to address during the conference? Thank you.
Alright, I'll just talk on the gap. When the society started in 2005, I mean as in KCA, we realized that majority of Singaporeans do not know we have farms. We are brought up in an urban city that all we know is four walls. We wake up, you see buildings, you sleep, you see buildings, you work, you see buildings. The journey that we went through for the past 6 years has been pretty daunting. First, we have to provide our transport to allow public to come through the farms. At the same time itself, we have to do promotions to allow Singaporeans to realize that there are farmlands in Singapore that they can visit. To them, they really have no clues. We have done several activities over the past years as a society to try to promote the farmlands to as many Singaporeans as possible. But that is only within our means. We feel that there's still a big gap, meaning to say there's quite a majority of Singaporeans have no clues about farming in Singapore. They do not know what it means to them and how they can be part of it. So a lot of them that came to visit our farms, they treat it like a visit to a park. They come in, they use our toilets, and they don't understand what's going on, and off they go. So I think that part itself takes time to change, and we're patient. We know that the only way to convert and allow people to have a passion in what we are doing is knowledge transfer. I mean, we need to patiently, through the help of media, through the help of the public, to allow people to understand what agriculture is all about. It's not an easy task, but it's not, neither is the sunset industry. There's lots of potential. We have come up with different concepts within each individual farms, and every farmers are innovating different ideas to attract people in that sense. So the gap that we notice is purely awareness and educating them to understand what agriculture is all about. I think in terms of local issues, I think we have diligently, as what our president will always say in our meeting, that we are one of the most on the ball society, I should say. Every month, second Wednesday of the month we'll meet. And every month itself when we meet, we realize there's always common issues. Common issues in the sense of land lease, common issues in the sense of manpower, common issues in the sense of grants, support financially. In every other businesses, I think it's the same. No time, no money, no people. I think the farmers are neither any difference from all the MNCs out there. Just that we have more challenges. Alright, the industry itself is not, if the awareness is not being created, young talents will not join this industry. But I think we have created innovative products within the farms that we are attracting young talents wanting to come here, students wanting to do research on the farms. And then at the end of the day, we are confident that if we continue to walk this path, we'll see more people wanting to be part of this whole community itself, which is theirs, it's not ours. Right, so I think that's what we are trying to do, and we are constantly trying our best to assist all the farms as much as we can as a common voice, so that there will be something that each and every farm itself can benefit from the society.
If I may add to that, I think the biggest gap we have is a gap in the cabinet. Because food security, as Howard mentioned earlier, is just as important as water and the air we breathe. And yet, in our entire cabinet, there's nobody really in charge of that effect. I think, in fact, we should come under the Ministry of Defense, because you can defend your country, but your country is going to die of hunger. So perhaps many of you don't realize in 1960, Singapore grew almost all our own food. We had 2 million population, we grew our own food with a center of excellence for agriculture and movie making. So it's a matter of how you use the land and how productive it is. That, I think, if we address the gap in government to make them understand that it's not about shopping centers, it's not about having a flat to live in, it's not about having a train to go on, it's about food. That is just as important. That's a gap I think that's the most important gap we need to fill. We need a Minister of Agriculture. Okay.
Right.